It's me, Soro, bringing you my view as another beast dominant gameplay. Now, I have recently made a video talking about this CrapgamerReviews where I was watching one of his videos and I was relaying my feelings on the topic of the video that he made where he's complaining about Digital Foundry, complaining that they didn't include any Microsoft games, Xbox games in their game rewards, where they stated a few titles that they were impressed with. You know, it's just they're not a big reward. They're not a company that just rewards or speaks positive. They are do what they do. Testing electronics, testing games, seeing how far they push, how well they perform within frame rates and visual quality and fidelity, and they just make something just to give some game developers a pat on the back, to say good job. And this loser, this sensitive little loser that makes everything a conspiracy. If Xbox is talked bad about or criticized or ridiculed, it's a conspiracy. Xbox has done nothing to be ridiculed for, or hasn't done anything wrong, or should not even be judged badly upon. And even to a point now where they don't. He doesn't even have to find anything bad or said something wrong to even not be mentioned at all. And then Microsoft is being disrespected. The Xbox console is being disrespected. God, the dude is pathetic. And I gave him a perfect reason why those two games he mentioned. I gave him a true example why those games were not listed. And Digital Foundry would say the same thing, or why those games would not qualify. And this dude had the nerve to even say. This shows how backwards he is. He was. I brought up in another video that he was being against being a consumer, that is what he is. He is only a consumer. He's not a funder. He has no stocks, no bonds in Microsoft or in an Xbox console at all. He's nothing but a consumer. But he's willing to be such a deluded, delusional loser fanboy that he says he would call out Microsoft on their mistakes or their wrongdoings. But what did he do when I looked up a video where he was talking about the DRM, the always online? A person that calls stuff out on something or someone or a company, calls them out on saying that's wrong, you shouldn't do that, and stuff like that. But what did he do? He did like a child would do when they're doing something wrong or something they like, and they can't stand it, or they don't want it to be judged on them. They make excuses. He was making an excuse saying, oh, it was Microsoft trying to think of the game developers, that they don't want their stuff to be pirated, or they wanted to make sure that the game developers get all the money they possibly can by not allowing physical copies to go out or be borrowed or loaned or stuff like that. They're thinking about the developer, and he's making excuses, trying to justify it. Does that sound like someone that's really going to call out on someone or a company for doing a bad thing by you? That was a bad decision for Microsoft to do that, and they was the only one that did it, and it was unjust. It was, and it would be one thing if it was just that. He was trying to make excuses, but he was also deflecting. When someone also, is it really calling someone out or saying someone did something bad because they're deflecting, bringing up the competitor, bringing up Sony. That's deflecting. You're not an unbiased opinion. An unbiased opinion, a person that really will call out on something that's doing them wrong. Especially, how can you not, if they're doing you wrong? They're telling you you can't do this, or you can't have this. They're doing you wrong, and you're defending them, making excuses for them, and deflecting, trying to take people's eyesight off of it, or what way they are being treated, and deflecting and pointing it at somewhere else. Say, well, look at this, what this company has done. The dude is a loser, and get this. He's saying he's tired. In that video, he's saying that I didn't get to address. He's saying that he's tired of these PlayStation games being shoved down our throat, referring to the Digital Foundry putting PlayStation games into their reward, or this little thing that they decided to do just to give game developers a pat on the back. But yet he's against it. Oh no, he's not against it. He's oversensitive. You don't have to now. You don't have to say nothing bad about Microsoft. You don't have to judge Microsoft about anything. All you have to do is not say nothing at all, and then it's like stepping on his foot or stepping on his heart, his toes. God, this dude is pathetic. Digital Foundry was just giving a little pat on the back to these game developers that poured and worked their heart out, saying, "Good job." When we was testing these games to see how well they ran in frame rates and quality visuals and textures and stuff like that. This company just wanted to do something nice towards developers, and he's tired of PlayStation games being shoved down their throat. Now get that this is a situation that Microsoft made themselves. They made this bed to be this way, where they decided not to go out and get no exclusive. They allowed games to be canceled, studios to be closed down, and then decided to double back on that, to not have no games, many games to be entered a reward category, a judge category. They doubled down on that and decided to not go out there and get no new exclusives, no new IPs. So this is a bed they've made themselves. But, oh no, to Crap Gamer, you can't put too many PlayStation games in there, or it'd be stepping on his toes, it'd be stepping on his heart, it'd be his Xbox will be disrespected otherwise. You can't have too many games. So now Digital Foundry, you have to play safe now. You have to watch Crap Gamer's emotions. You have to limit how many games could be put in there, especially from the competitor platform. You have to watch and not step on any toes, any Xbox losers' toes, or they might get too emotional. Never mind these game developers that work hard to put their time in, which you was trying to say you was supporting. You was also justifying Microsoft's decision of ownership, or what you're allowed to do with your own game when you purchase it, trying to justify it by Microsoft thinking of the developers. Well, how come you? It's only the developers for Microsoft that matters. What blood, sweat, and tears that Sony or game developers that just so happens to be purchased by Sony, they don't matter. God, this is a pathetic human being. Stop listening to him. He's a piece of shit. His name really reflects his state of mind and his value of life. Crap. In other words, a piece of shit.